All right, let's come on in here. Niyama Shang here. It is wonderful to be with each of you here today. This is going to be a short live, but it is also a place of declaration. So, my name is Niyama Shang. I run Outliers Edge, where we help outliers level up. That's why I came on this live here today, just to make sure I make that declaration known and to reorient not just you, but also myself in terms of like what we actually do here. Now, look, for many of you, if you've been with me on this journey, you've noticed that for several years I've been playing with the language of how I show up in the world when it comes to Outliers Edge. And the reason for this is I'm one person right now with this business, so I don't have like the space to iterate to find out find that product market fit as quickly as possible. But what I also recognize is that there's something that happens internally, the way that I show up that needs alignment. And where what I recognize now is that everything that I do, everything that I have been doing, and everything that I will do, all comes down to helping outliers level up. I will explain this further in other videos because I can't help it. It is just it's what's getting done. So we'll be in that space. But I think that the thing for me is that I realize this. I realize that leveling up is what happens when people are around me. For the last few years, I've been helping people move forward. I thought that in order to make the business really successful, to be able to have it grow, that what I was missing from the first iterations of the business was that I wasn't able to get people the results that they wanted to get as quickly as they wanted to. And so I found some things out with business. I had to go deep in to learn more about systems and client creation and how you can like build something that's more predictable and sustainable. And I have done that, and I'm feeling really great. And there's things that I'm going to continue learning. I want to keep playing this game of business all the way to the highest levels. Right. That being said, what I also recognize is that for me, like I'm not a consultant. I've been a consultant in the past, and there's things I can consult with you on, but it's not the highest leverage of my space. Like I'm not the bigger thing for me is to have you like step into who you're on this planet to be and bring that out to life in what like the highest machinations as possible. That's what I care about. I want to make sure that you're able to do it successfully through your business, through your organization, through your influence, through your platform. Yes. And so I had to go through the process of learning all those things for myself so I can show up with more integrity when it came to you. I realized that there was something about building people up, but not having the infrastructure underneath them to support them that was feeling misaligned with the prior iterations. We came back to this, and this just hit me probably 2 days ago. I've been really deep in the reorienting since then, but I help outliers level up, and that's about elevation. That's about flying again. That's about saying like, hey, most people are taking the stairs to get to the roof, but there is this thing called an elevator, and some people are actually helicoptering in and landing in on top of the helipad, right? And so there's many different ways to go and play at the level that you know that you're at. Now, the thing that happens here, and this is where I'll get into this more on other things I'm about to take off, but the things that happen for outliers is that for outliers, leveling up is a totally different game than most other people. For most normal people, when like most average people, I'll say, like leveling up is like there's clear paths. There's clear rewards. That there is like you're even more accepted by the people around you, so on and so forth. But for outliers like leveling up is not hard. Leveling up is not a hard thing for them. The thing is that it feels dangerous. There's a lot of risk involved, not just like, and the risk is a risk of belonging. A risk is the risk of going from being an outlier to an outsider, right? To being accepted to being exiled, right? Because you're now playing a game that most other people can't understand, right? And I think that that's something that's really important. And there's also like there's things about like being the tall poppy or like being the loudest person in your room, being the like you're like being grateful for being able to be in the room. But if they really knew you, if they really saw you, they would be intimidated, they would be scared, and you'd be kicked out for someone else that they can more easily control, someone else that like doesn't intimidate them, whatever it is. And so there's multiple nuances to this whole thing. I've been steeped in this for almost a decade now. Well, I've been steeped in this for my whole life because this is my lived experience as well. But I realized that there's something to the game of leveling up that is inherently dangerous for an outlier, and I want to make sure I'm addressing that. And then there's also another part of like once we're willing to take that on, then like there's also a part that also sucks because it's like no one else has gone this path. So how do we make sure that you who weren't even supposed to be here because you are an outlier, how do we make sure that you continuously get additional community, additional support, additional innovation and different levels of ideas being met with people who can see you for who you are and help you build what you are here to build, not what they want you to build or what they have done, but like to actually say like, hi, you're going to build something that I have never done and I've got your back on that, right? That's the game we play here at Outliers Edge. That's what I'm oriented myself around. And I can't do any like cute marketing elements about it all. Like I have to put it front and center. We help outliers level up. So if you're ready to come level up, you're ready to come like step in and be in a place where you're not. I literally was just talking to a friend about this yesterday. She's I'm usually the big like the most successful person in the room, the brightest person in the room. Like if you're tired of that, come join us inside of the Outliers Edge school community. I don't know what I'm going to call it. I call it just come inside the Outliers Edge world. You can go to school.com/outlier. Like I'm specifically curating people who are looking to play at higher and higher and higher levels in the games that they play. You hear more about that as it goes along. But I want to make sure I came in here oriented, and now we're going. All right, I got a lot of love for you. We are playing this game like the best is yet to come. Until then, remember this: be you on purpose. Journey on, and I'll see you in the school group.